Today, I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite movies of all time, and that is All Dogs Go to Heaven. I also have a personal connection to this movie because when I was young, my father owned the cinema in Portarlington, the Savoy Cinema, the famous Savoy Cinema, and this was one of the first movies they played at it, All Dogs Go to Heaven. The cinema itself is also famous because it's in the movie Into the West, starring Gabriel Byrne, and it's a real Irish gem of a film. So that's her claim to fame with the Savoy in Portarlington. The film follows the dog Charlie, who is voiced by Burt Reynolds. And anyway, Charlie gets killed, and then he manages to escape heaven and goes back to Earth for revenge on his former enemy who has killed him. Along the way, he meets a young orphan girl. We befriends, and she softens Charlie. Now, they did not hold back in these movies, and I don't know if you would really get away with making a children's movie like this today, but I'm glad they did, because it made us who we are. So anyway, the scene I'm talking about that still haunts me to this day is when Charlie is saying goodbye to Anne-Marie at the very end of the movie. It's so heartbreaking. He tells her goodbyes aren't forever. She's happy to go asleep. Charlie says his last goodbyes and then he leaves. Which makes you think, maybe he's right. Maybe they're not forever. Maybe someday they will see each other again. So I didn't find out until years later the tragic story behind that scene. And it was that the little girl who voiced Anne-Marie was actually murdered by her father before the film was finished. She was only 10 years old. And the goodbye scene was her final performance. Now, Burt Reynolds, who voiced Charlie, had to go into the studio and re-record his part after she had died. And naturally, because of the context of the scene, the deep sadness that he was feeling at what had just happened, he was unable to get through it. And seemingly it took him over 60 takes to finish that scene, because at that point it wasn't acting anymore and it became real. And if we watch the scene again, we can see the deep sadness behind it.
Oh, Charlie, I'll miss you.
Yeah, I'll miss you too, Squeaker. Now you go to sleep, huh?
Charlie, will I ever see you again?
Sure you will, kid. You know, goodbyes aren't forever.
Then, goodbye, Charlie. I love you.
Yeah. I love you too.
Now, I'm sorry if this had ruined your day. I know how deeply sad it is, but I thought I had to share it with you. That this little forgotten film has so much to it. I urge you to go and watch it because it is a true masterpiece. Have a lovely day.